Hello, everyone. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It's also obviously the month of Halloween. So instead of the normal United States public sector video series, I thought I'd have some fun and do a Halloween-related activity that also incorporates, Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So today we're going to use Secure Network Analytics to find Michael Myers. So our objective today is it's Halloween. You're Dr. Sam Loomis. You need to find Michael Myers before he completes his rampage through Haddonfield. And Haddonfield, in this scenario you'll see in the next slide, is just a group of 5 locations / hosts that I have in my lab where 5 different characters are at. Michael's TTPs are going to be fairly simple. He's going to scan, and that scan behavior is really a stalk. So when he's stalking around looking for his next victim, he's going to be scanning ports. So this can be just a bulk port scan. It could be a stealth scan. In some cases, we'll see. But either way, if we see scan, we know that Michael is stalking. And then strike. So how do we know that Michael actually victimized somebody? We're going to see a login. So if you see Michael log into a box, aka location, we now know that the person that was there is gone. So here's the threat landscape. This is Haddonfield. We have 5 locations. At the Wallace house, we have Annie Brackett. At the Doyle house, we have Laurie Strode. Haddonfield High, we have Linda. Haddonfield Police Station, we have Dr. Sam Loomis. And at Smith Groves, originally we have Michael Myers. Now, obviously, Michael Myers has escaped. He is now stalking and trying to victimize people. So we're going to start actually with Smith Groves. Typically in Secure Network Analytics, they have dashboards where they give you a top-down view of, these are your bad hosts. You should probably start here and then go down. We're going to ignore the dashboards today. We're going to go right to Smith Groves because that's where Michael started. And we're going to look for any scan behavior from Smith Groves to anywhere else in Haddonfield. That will be our indication that Michael Myers is stalking a potential victim. So let's go over to Secure Network Analytics. Again, ignoring the dashboard, we're going to go right into host. I have secure reverse DNS lookup on all of the hosts in this lab. So they all have Haddonfield, as you can see here, dash, whatever that role is, that location is. I'm going to group them together via host name so you can see them all together. 5 hosts. And again, so this is Wallace House, Smith Grove, Police Station, High School, the Doyle House. We know that Michael started at Smith Grove. So let's click on that host. Host report will load. You can see a ton of bad activity from today. I don't use this host much other than for activities like this, so you won't see much here, but if it was a normal host on your network, you'd see a lot more here potentially. And then the host summary. This is loaded from Cisco ICE, from Secure Network Analytics, sometimes from reverse DNS lookups. So we know the host name here is Haddonfield SGS for Smith Grove. We know the MAC address via ICE. But what we're really concerned is, from this location, where did Michael go? So let's look, and we can see that Michael Myers was logged in here. But we want to know, where did Michael go next? So we look for scan behavior. Again, that is our stalking behavior. So we can see a port scan from this host go into 110.46, 192, 168, 110.46. What is that location? We don't know. It's just the IP. So let's click through and see what this location actually is. Again, all this information will load. The host summary is what we're looking for because we want to know what that actual host name is. That will key us in of what location Michael Myers is currently at or has been at, and potentially what victim. So we can see that he was at this is Haddonfield High School. So if we go back to our presentation, we can see that poor Linda, unfortunately, is at that location. So we know that at this point that Michael Myers is now stalking Haddonfield High School and Linda. So if we see a login behavior, we know that Michael Myers actually has victimized Linda. So let's go down. Unfortunately, Michael Myers is logged in, and if you go down far enough, you can see that Linda was logged in before him. So Linda gone, Michael Myers is now here. So unfortunately for Linda, not such a happy Halloween. So if we go back to our presentation, sorry, Linda. So now we know Michael was at Haddonfield High School. He has taken out Linda, and he's probably looking for another victim at this point, another location to stalk. So let's go back to Secure Network Analytics and see where he's going next. We do have port scans. We have stealth scans. You can see the port scan was its own IP. So this was probably Michael going through the high school and stalking through the actual host that he was on, the actual location he was at, which, Michael Myers is going to do what Michael Myers is going to do. So what we really want to look at is the stealth scan where he potentially was looking at another location. So we can see here that it was 110.48. Again, let's click through, see what that location is and potentially what victim is there. So the host information will populate. We can see that that was the Haddonfield Wallace house. So at the Wallace house, we know that Annie Brackett is there. So again, we know that Michael is now actively stalking the Wallace house, and potentially Annie Brackett could be his next victim. So if we see a login from Michael Myers, we know, yep, and Michael Myers is there. So poor Annie, she has also been a victim. You can see she was logged in. Now Michael Myers, that means she's next. She's gone. So let's go back here, and now he's been at the Wallace house, and Annie's gone. So again, moving on now, we have 2 locations left. Pretty obviously he's going to the Doyle house because that's right across the street. But let's just make sure we go back, look for the scan activity, and there it is. We see a port scan going to this host 110.13. And again, we don't know what that is, so let's click through, look at the host summary, and see what what location that potentially is, and what the victim could be there. And it is the Doyle house, as common sense would dictate, right across the street, and that is Laurie Strode. So we know that this is the finale of the movie. Michael Myers is now stalking Laurie Strode at the Doyle house. So let's see, if Michael Myers logged in, then that means that Laurie Strode potentially is a victim in this case. If not, if she's still logged in, that means we know Michael is stalking Laurie but has not yet gotten to her, and that means we have saved the day and we know where Michael is and we can stop him. So we go down here, and Laurie Strode is still currently logged in. That means we can save the day. He's just stalking around the house. We send Dr. Sam Loomis there, and he's able to capture Michael Myers. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, he was able to get to 2 locations, and poor Linda and poor Annie are not having a good Halloween. But Laurie is saved, and the rest of Haddonfield is saved. So that was our fun Halloween activity. We were able to find Michael Myers via Secure Network Analytics. I hope if you have Secure Network Analytics in your environment, you want to play with this, please do so. If you want to see Secure Network Analytics, please reach out to your Cisco rep. And happy Halloween.